Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Audi RS3. Huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. So this RS3 is finished off in Kemora Grey Metallic. MSRP start right around $63,000. Now the RS3 is powered by the 2.5 liter inline 5-cylinder turbocharged engine. That's paired to the 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, pumping out 401 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the Quattro all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,600 pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. It has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 14.5 gallons. You'll expect to see around 19 miles per gallon in the city, 29 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 103.6 inches. Its overall length is 178.8. It has a width of 72.9, a height of 55.6, and its ground clearance measures in at 5 inches. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, this is a beautiful color for this RS3, combined with all of the matte and gloss black accents that you will see throughout. So as we work our way to the front, you'll notice too that as we approach the vehicle and we hit unlock on the key fob, the lights are actually going to do a little bit of an animation, which is pretty neat to see. Of course, this does have LEDs for all of the lighting, including the DRLs and the turn signals as well. And then we have a pretty large hexagonal grille finished off in gloss black, with everything else being gloss black. So the logo is blacked out as well. RS3 is also black. There's plenty of cutouts to provide a lot of cooling to that engine too. And there's also parking sensors located throughout. Now the inlets on both sides are finished off in gloss black with even more cutouts. So there's a large one on both sides of the mesh in the middle. And then there's also the headlight washers just underneath, which blend in very nicely. And then there's 4 lines that come down the hood, meeting the top of that grille very nicely. For the smaller size sedan that this is, I think that front end actually looks very nice, very proportional, especially with all of the lines and those inlets on both sides. I think it ties in very nicely. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a set of 6-piston brakes up front, finished off in red. And then we have the matte black wheels with a very nice design. Now, this particular model is also equipped with some carbon fiber goodies. So you'll notice the carbon fiber in the lower side skirt there. It's also on the power folding side mirrors, which do have the turn signal. And then there's a moonroof up top for this specific model, along with all the gloss black for the window trim. So ties it in very nicely. There's also some great lines in the lower section there. A little bit of a bulge with that vent right there behind the tire. And then a crisp line that runs just above the door handles all the way to the back. Now this also has a very nice carbon fiber trunk mounted spoiler, all of the black emblems. There's also the backup camera with all the sensors, and then this has the dual exhaust on both sides with more gloss black in that diffuser and a few fins just to give it an aggressive rear appearance. Now, as we work our way to the interior, you can use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath to open up that trunk lid, where we have quite a lot of space. As you can tell, with the back seats folded down at the moment, you have a lot more storage space, making this that much more practical. With them folded up, you still have a pretty good amount of space. There's also an area here where you can place some bags if you'd like. There's a 12-volt and a little bit of storage on that driver's side. And then there's also your battery access underneath the floor, as well as some additional storage for whatever items you would like to place. There's also one grab handle up top, so you can easily close that trunk. Now, as we work our way to the interior, you can lock and unlock this with the door handles in the back, so that makes it extra convenient. Really cool brush trim accent with the interior ambient lighting. We have matte black, Bang & Olufsen sound system. There's also some alcantara and the red stitching, a little bit of storage down below. Very nice design for that door panel, including this ergonomic design for the release handle. Now, it's very easy to fold these seats up. As you can tell, we just have the driver one up there at the moment. But once we hop in, we can now take a look at the beautiful leather seats. Now, there's storage nets behind both front seats. We have air vents along with auxiliaries, even a temperature adjustment. And then at my height, 5'10", even with my hat on, I'm just barely touching the headliner. This is on the smaller side for the sedan lineup from Audi, but I can be comfortable. It's a little tight, but I am comfortable and could ride around. Now right in the middle, we can pull down this armrest where you have 2 cup holders, and then you can also fold down this middle seat individually if you would like to. Now there's also that small window there, which is going to make it easier for the driver to see, but a good amount of space for what this vehicle has. Now the front door panel is of course like the rear, however there's the memory seating adjustments, you have the trunk release, lock and unlock, all of the window controls, as well as your power folding side mirror adjustments, which are also heated. A little bit of storage down below. And then RS3 is down on the door sill, and we even get RS3 or RS in the top of those seats there. They have all the automatic adjustments down on the side. Very nice lateral supports for these seats as well. Now this has a perforated steering wheel. There's also the paddle shifters on both sides. Well, let's fire this up though. Take a listen to how the RS3 sounds. And now coming back to the gauge cluster, for the current setup, you'll notice the tach right in the middle, along with miles per hour, what gear you're in, the driving mode, fuel level is on the right, and then on the left side, there's the date and the time. Now to go through the rest of that information, you have everything on the left side of the steering wheel. So if I use that rotary dial right now, we can actually scroll down and go through some of this various information, and then I can use the arrows to go left or right to scroll through the rest of this. Now, bringing up the navigation right now, if you want to see that in full screen, simply just click on the view icon, and now you can have that front and center. However, you can also go through the rest of this information that you already saw in a little bit larger of a view. So just depending on what info you need to see for the day. Now on this right side, there's Bluetooth voice commands along with volume and tuning. Now there's also the RS button. If you push on that, that will bring up a shortcut here where you can go into RS individual or RS performance. So by clicking on that, now you can go in and configure this as needed with your suspension, your steering, and you have your traction control. So just depending on how you'd like to drive, you can use that button and have those presets ready to go. You also have a few others that you can go through as needed. Now also on the left side, we have the cruise and distance pacing that you can quickly use. On this left side, there's your headlight adjustments along with this carbon fiber-like trim accent. There's one air vent. This also has a head-up display. It's just showing miles per hour at the moment. And then as we work our way back to the middle, you'll notice there's one floating air vent just above that screen for your driver, so that way you can easily have that. And then with the rest of this infotainment system, we do have shortcuts located on this left side. So you can quickly get into your navigation and your music, and then go back to all of these icons where you have vehicle, which is how we got into the driving modes, which I showed earlier. There's also your RS monitor. So you can go through all of this information depending again on the driving that you were doing. You have your air conditioning, your lighting as well. Pretty simple system to go through, but it gives you everything that you need. More of that trim accent leads all the way to the passenger side with 2 air vents located over there. And then there is an additional LCD screen for all of your climates. Now this model does have heated seats. We have some other sync and defroster adjustments, and then you have the toggles in the middle to go through all of this, including the temperature dials. Very nice layout for that. Now there's also a shortcut to drive select, which is the screen I showed earlier. There's traction control, hazards, your parking sensors, and this even features parallel parking, so you can use that as needed. There's wireless charging with some auxiliaries. You also have the adjustments for the audio. So there's your volume, which you can use just by scrolling your finger around the outside. There's also tuning, and then mute and power. Now this is the gear selector, so this is how you can put it into reverse. Simply just push that forwards, where now you have the backup camera and the sensors on the right side. You have drive and sport mode, and then park is located up front. There's gloss black surrounding all of those accents. We have the e-brake, a 12-volt, cup holders, and a little bit of storage, as well as some more storage in the center armrest, and you can even adjust this too as needed. Glove box also has plenty of space for those additional items. There's garage door buttons located underneath the rear view mirror, dome lights up top, and then we have the control for the sunroof. Now the sunshade on this Audi is manual adjusting, but what I love about a lot of Audi models is that you can actually open up the sunroof and keep the sunshade closed. It is perforated, so if you don't want that light, you want a little bit more protection, but you want that open experience, you can have it 2 different ways, which is really neat. And then here's a look at visibility from the driver's seat. It's a small vehicle, but you have some large windows so you can easily see over both shoulders. So jumping behind the wheel now for the RS3, I do want to mention that my brother currently owns a 2024 RS3. So if you want to see all the modifications that he has done to the car, ownership experience, all of that content surrounding the car, take a look at all of those videos. Personally, I don't have much seat time in that car, so this is more of a first impressions for me. I just recently drove an S3, so now jumping up to the RS3, not only do we get more power, but we also get a really nice exhaust note from the factory. This sounds pretty good. So we'll go into second gear here. I do have the RS in the performance setting. That sounds good for that mild acceleration, and then we have the dual clutch, so it shifts incredibly quick. And then as far as just driving this goes, it's just like you would expect any Audi to really perform. We do have some different modes, at least for the suspension too, so you can make it a little bit not as stiff, but it's nice that you have the option to play around with those just depending on the drive that you're doing. But this would make for a great daily driver. With its size, it's something that you could drive in the city too. We even have the parallel parking, which is nice and helpful. But this is something you can daily drive. It's their daily driver, so it gets a lot of miles on it, and just a super fun car. It's very performance oriented as far as taking some turns, even just the shifting here. And the head-up display does change in the RS setting. We now have what gear you're in, which is nice. You have your engine temperature, and then there's also the tach that lights up to show you your RPM there. So this is a fun car. If you're not looking for a large sedan, you want something that is going to be much more nimble and handle extremely well, this is a great option to go with. And then it's also very moddable as well, as my brother has done to their car. But very comfortable. I like the steering wheel too with the perforations. Gives it a good grip here. Seats are equally as comfortable too, especially with these bolster supports here. And I like that it's not overcomplicated to use all of this. So it's really a driver's car that gives you that performance, gives you some of the technology that you want, but there's not a million different buttons to go through to set this up the way that you would like it. So I like it's pretty simple, but also effective at the same time. So let's put it into just the normal drive setting now, so that way we can let the car do the shifting here. And they are pretty quick, but I like the fact that you can tone this down, put it into comfort mode, and now we're just going to drive it like a normal car. So really a good blend, and it's also pretty quiet too. Not a lot of road noise or wind noise, very well insulated. And the handling is spot on. And we are in the RS performance setting from second gear. Here we go. And a mild acceleration, we are up to speed. I really do like how this sounds. It gives you that sport exhaust sound that you would want, especially in a vehicle like this. And as we come up to a right turn, that 5-cylinder definitely has a unique sound to it. The exhaust sounds like an exotic. I know my brother's made videos about this being half the engine of his Lamborghini that he has, and to me it almost has that high-pitch exotic tone. It's not loud, but you can faintly hear where it's going if it was much louder, if that makes sense. So throwing on an aftermarket exhaust, really hearing just that unique engine note is definitely a fun experience in this vehicle. This has a lot more potential than what I'm throwing at it, so check out some of my brother's videos really ripping on it to see the full potential of the RS3. This is definitely a fast vehicle. It's something that you have to know what it is in order to appreciate the performance, because this is going to be quicker than a lot of sports cars and other higher performance vehicles. It's got a lot of performance to it. But yeah, the Audi RS3, definitely a great option to go with. And there's also some comparison videos on our channel comparing the RS3 to some of the competitors if you want to see those videos and what some of the competition has to offer as well. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 Audi RS3. Once again, a huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this performance-oriented sedan for me today. Definitely take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.